Microorganisms, Friends and Foe. Learning about microorganisms. Where does microorganisms live? Microorganisms may be single-celled like bacteria, some algae and protozoa, or multicellular such as algae and fungi. They can survive under all type of environment ranging from ice-cold climate to hot springs and deserts to marshy lands. They are also found inside the bodies of animals, including humans. Some microorganisms grow on the other organisms while others exist freely. Microorganisms like amoeba can live alone, while fungi and bacteria may live in colonies. Microorganism and us. Microorganisms play an important role in our lives. Some of them are beneficial in many ways, whereas some other are harmful and cause diseases. Let us study about them in detail. Microorganisms have been used for the production of alcohol since ages. Friendly microorganisms. Microorganisms are used for various purposes. They are used in the preparation of curd, bread, and cake. Curd contains several microorganisms. Of this, the bacterium lactobacillus promotes the formation of curd. It multiplies in milk and converts it into curd. Bacteria are also involved in making of cheese, pickles, and many other food items. An important ingredient of rava, suji, idlis and bhatura is curd. Activity. Take half kg flour, atta or maida, add some sugar and mix with warm water. Add a small amount of yeast powder and knead and make a soft dough. What do you observe after 2 hours? Did you find the dough rising? Yeast reproduce rapidly and produces carbon dioxide during respiration. Bubbles of the gas fill the dough and increase its volume. This is the basis of the use of yeast in the baking industry for making breads, pastries, and cakes. Commercial use of microorganisms. Microorganisms are used for the large-scale production of alcohol, wine, and acetic acid vinegar. Yeast is used for commercial production of alcohol and wine. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugars present in grain like barley, wheat, rice, and crushed fruit juices, etc. Activity. Take 500 ml beaker filled up to 3/4 with water. Dissolve 2 to 3 teaspoons of sugar in it. Add half a spoon of yeast powder to the sugar solution. Keep it covered in a warm place for 4 to 5 hours. Now smell the solution. Could you get a smell? This is the smell of alcohol as sugar has been converted into alcohol by yeast. This process of conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation. Information. Louis Pasteur discovered fermentation in 1857. Medicinal use of microorganisms. Whenever you fall ill, the doctor may give you some antibiotic tablets, capsules, or injections such as of penicillin. The source of these medicines is microorganisms. These medicines kill or stop the growth of disease-causing microorganisms. Such medicines are called antibiotics. These days, a number of antibiotics are being produced from bacteria and fungi. Streptomycin, tetracycline, and erythromycin are some of the commonly known antibiotics which are made from fungi and bacteria. The antibiotics are manufactured by growing specific microorganisms and are used to cure a variety of diseases. Antibiotics are even mixed with the feed of livestock and poultry to check microbial infection in animals. They are also used to control many plant diseases. Remember, it is important to remember that antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of a qualified doctor. Also, you must finish the complete course prescribed by the doctor. If you take antibiotics when not needed or in wrong doses, it may make the drugless effect when you might need it in future. Also, antibiotics taken unnecessarily may kill the beneficial bacteria in the body. Antibiotics, however, are not effective against cold and flu as these are caused by viruses. Information. In 1929, Alexander Fleming was working on a culture of disease-causing bacteria. Suddenly he found the spores of a little green mold in one of his culture plates. He observed that the presence of mold prevents the growth of bacteria. In fact, it also killed many of these bacteria. From this, the mold penicillin was prepared. Vaccine. Why are children and infants given vaccination? When a disease-carrying microbe enters our body, the body produces antibodies to fight the invader. The body also remembers how to find the microbe if it enters again. So, if dead or weakened microbes are introduced in a healthy body, the body fights and kills them by producing suitable antibodies. The antibodies remains in the body and we are protected from the disease causing microbes. This is how a vaccine works. It is essential to protect all children against diseases. Necessary vaccines are available in the nearby hospitals. You might have seen the advertisement on TV and newspapers regarding protection of children against polio under Pulse Polio program. Polio drops given to children are actually a vaccine. A worldwide campaign against smallpox has finally led to its eradication from most part of the world. These days, vaccines are made on a large scale from microorganisms to protect human and other animals from several diseases. Several diseases including cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, and hepatitis can be prevented by vaccination. Information. Edward Jenner discovered the vaccine for smallpox in 1798. Increasing soil fertility. Some bacteria and blue-green algae are able to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen and increase its fertility. These microbes are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers. Do you know? Cleaning the environment. The bacteria and blue-green algae are also used in cleaning up of the environment. For example, the organic waste, vegetable peels, remains of animals, feces, etc. are broken down into harmless and usable substances by bacteria. Recall that bacteria are also used in the preparation of medicines. In agriculture, they are used to increase soil fertility by fixing nitrogen. Activity. Take 2 pots and fill each pot half with soil. Mark them A and B. Put plant waste in a pot A and things like polythene bags, empty glasses, bottles and broken plastic toys in pot B. Put the pots aside. Observe them after 3-4 weeks. Do you find any difference in the contents of the 2 pots? You will find that plant's waste in pot A has been decomposed. How could this happen? The plant waste has been converted into manure by the action of microbes. The plant could use the nutrient released in the process again. Did you notice that in the pot B? The polythene bag, empty glass, bottles and broken toys parts did not undergo any such change. The microbes could not act on them and convert them into manure. You often see large amount of dead organic matter in the form of decaying plant and sometimes dead animals on the ground. You find that they disappear after some time. This is because the microorganisms decompose dead organic waste of plants and animals, converting them into simple substances. Other plants and animals again use these substances. Thus, microorganisms can be used to degrade the harmful and smelly substances and thereby clean up the environment. Harmful microorganisms. Microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Some of the microorganisms cause diseases in human beings, plants, and animals. Such disease-causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Some microorganisms spoil food, clothing, and leather. Let us study more about their harmful activities. Disease-causing microorganisms in humans. Pathogens enter our body through air we breathe, the water we drink, or the food we eat. They can also get transmitted by direct contact with an infected person or carried through an animal. Microbial diseases that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, or physical contact are called communicable diseases. Examples of such diseases include cholera, common cold, chickenpox, and tuberculosis. When a person suffering from common cold sneezes, fine droplets of moisture carrying thousands of viruses are spread in the air. The virus may enter the body of a healthy person while breathing. Then how do you prevent the spread of communicable diseases? We should keep a handkerchief on the nose and mouth while sneezing. It is better to keep a distance from infected person. There are some insects and animals which act as carrier of disease causing microbes. Housefly is one of such carrier. The flies sit on the garbage and animal excreta. Pathogens stick to their bodies. When these flies sit on uncovered food, they may transfer the pathogen. Whoever eats the contaminated food is likely to get sick. So it is advisable to always keep food covered. Avoid consuming uncovered item of food. Another example of a carrier is female mosquito, which carries the parasite of malaria. Female mosquito acts as carrier of dengue virus. How can we control the spread of malaria or dengue? All mosquitoes breed in water. During winter and rainy season, as the surrounding of our houses are not kept clean, lots of mosquitoes breed causing malaria, making many people sick. By keeping the surroundings clean and dry, we can prevent mosquitoes from breeding. Disease-causing microorganisms in animals. Several microorganisms not only cause diseases in human and plant but also in other animals. For example, anthrax is a dangerous human and cattle disease caused by the bacterium. A virus causes foot and mouth disease in cattle. Diseases causing microorganisms in plants. Several microorganisms cause diseases in plant like wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple, and others. These diseases reduces the yield of crops. Summary. Viruses are quite different from the other microorganisms. They reproduce only inside the host organisms, bacterium, plant, or animal cell. Some microorganisms are useful for commercial production of medicine and alcohol. Some microorganisms decompose the organic waste and dead plants and animals into simple substances and clean up the environment. Protozoans cause serious diseases like dysentery and malaria. That is all in this lesson. Learning is fun, so keep learning.